Welcome back, awesome action toy fans and subscribers. I am really excited today to have on my table this this JoyToy new toy. This from the Corvus Belli Infinity game. This says Ariadna Equipe Mirage-5, Sergeant Duroc and Lieutenant Margot Berthier. It says today is Saturday, the 8th of July, 2023. This does look particularly cool. Forget the fact they got a great big sort of dog soldier, werewolf, whatever. This figure here, even her, this Margot Berthier, looks absolutely fantastic. Let's have a look at the box. Side, just the usual information that we get. Other side, just the name. Back, we see some pictures. Does look nice. He's looking to be around about, what, 7.5, 8 inches tall. Very, very cool indeed. I'm loving the look of this set. These Infinity figures are just looking so good. I'm not familiar with the game, but I do love some of the designs that I've seen. Very, very cool. Okay, I'm going to open this up, set them up, and we'll get into this. If you like sort of content, consider joining the Patreon. Free for 7 days, and you can cancel anytime within those 7 days on the 7th day, and you will not be charged a single penny. So it is worth checking out all the content on there, because it goes to Patreon first, sometimes 2, 3, 4 weeks or longer before it goes up on YouTube. Okay, I'll be back in an instant. Stay tuned. Here they are, and they look awesome. Both look good. With the human figure, is it Margot? The face looks a bit, I want to say anime cartoony, not quite realistic enough. And the Jaws have been really great with their faces recently, but look at that in a second. And then with the Sergeant Duroc, the sort of wolf man, werewolf, whatever. The concern was that the joints in the feet would be too weak and he couldn't support his weight, but he's supporting his weight very, very well there. He's not leaning against the fence behind him, he's actually balancing by himself. So that's pretty cool. The other thing with this Margot is her feet seem a bit big, which is not a bad thing. You know, she'll stand up easy, it just seems a bit out of proportion. Okay, let's get a close look at the figures and accessories. So let's start with accessories. So Margot comes with these 2 additional hands. They are right or left trigger and right gripping. And then Duroc comes with a right trigger and left gripping. I'm not even sure what he's got now. I think he's got the reverse now as default. And he also comes with 2 open hands, which are pretty damn scary and cool, you know, as well. And not overly long nails. They could have painted the nails a separate colour, but still looks good. Okay, then Margot, she comes with this gun here. Close look at her and her gun. Pretty nice looking gun, but there's no drilled barrel. It's just, you've got that seam line going out. It just seems a bit, come on, JoyToy, just a drilled barrel there would have been fantastic. And maybe you can see what I mean with the face. The face is okay, but I wanted something a bit more, I think it's more the sculpt, or maybe it's the eyes, not sure. But it's not bad. And the hair's got some quite good inking, which you can just about make out on camera there. She also comes with a sidearm, but it doesn't really fit in the holster very well. If you can see here, there we go. So, you know, I can take it out. It's quite stiff, and I can go in. That's all I can go in. I can't get any further. And none of that needs to be heated up or expanded. But it should. I'm giving a bit of whirly. Okay, it does go further. You need to use a bit more force to get in. She looks pretty cool. Nice little backpack there and a sort of armor plate. What do you just wear? Like a vest, I don't know. And so on, but she's pretty cool nonetheless. Can I get the stand up again? Because I've been just moving around. Yeah, she's going to shoot downhill now. Then I need to zoom out slightly before I go to the big guy, because otherwise we won't get him in camera, bring him close. So he's got these 2 great big guns which look fantastic, and a little indentation with some yellow inside. Yeah. All these grenades are pinned on, so it's a push pin. I'd rather it's a clip over so you can take off and hold them. He's got this really nice, very nice sort of knife going in there. Great backpack. The backpack can be taken off. You can see there. It does look particularly good. Bit skinny in the legs, but that's okay. Looks fantastic in the face sculpt, the head too. It does look good. but there's no articulated jaw that I could see, which is a shame. And I'm thinking now, no, it's going to be a space wolf. So wolf would be too big. Wolf head would be too big to fit on him. It wouldn't fit, but it does look nice. Very, very cool. This is, you know, and his size is big, so I reckon he'd be a pretty good match for 112. We'll look at that in a second as well. And he's still balancing good stuff. And also, I didn't say they both come with bases, which is nice. So she's obviously got the holes in her heels, and he has got small holes as well. Now, I would be tempted to take paint to him on his paw nails as opposed to claws. Where the werewolves always have claws when they're like the dogs. Dogs don't scratch, that's a cat thing, but never mind. Yeah, but I'll be tempted to take paint to his nails, his claws, whatever, just to make him pop a bit more and make him look a bit more menacing. So let's look at articulations. Take a nice looking gun. Just wish I could drop out. The magazine doesn't come out, but you know, being a bit too optimistic then perhaps. Maybe you can see what I mean by the feet looking a touch clown-like, a touch big. Forced perspective, non-forced perspective still look big. And I've had a breakage. No, JoyToy, you need to send me another one now. Yeah, didn't even do anything. There is a small breakage there, it looks like. Yeah. So that is a shame. Never mind. That's the first breakage I had from JoyToy in a very long time. I had a few things come off because of a glue, but not actual breakage. Okay, articulation. So head, very nice left and right. Up and down, not really side to side. Left and right, the hair gets nowhere a little bit. Shoulders, she'll get flat. And they should go all the way around. But on this side, it may not be flat, still flat. Biceps do not break on this side as well. Okay, she gets over 90 degrees, just about. Good job. Wrists, I suspect, is the swivel, and there's a joint. We need to find where the joint is to see which way it will move. There is a torso, forwards, backwards, really good side to side, and she can turn. There is a waist turn, small forwards, backwards, side to side. So together, side to side is really good, but you get a little gap there. Other side again, really good, but you do get that little gap there. Forwards, the pop out a joint almost is fantastic, and backwards is pretty good too. Hips, very cool on the outwards. Forwards, pretty good. Backwards, not bad to be fair. That's pretty damn good. So I'm liking this so far. There's a thigh twist. It's a double kneecap, very, very tight as you'd expect. Again, you see those big clown shoes she's wearing now. Now, JoyToy typically don't have boot turns, which is a shame. No, she doesn't. She has the swivel, so it'll go out and in. She has a tippy toe, which is nice. Does she have toe articulation? Looks like she does. She has a dorsiflexation, and it appears that she has, yeah, she also has toe articulation as well. It was a bit hard to see, but she does have it. So good, but I had one breakage. You can see a little gap there. Maybe let's have a quick look at that. In fact, it may not be a breakage. I can't really tell. Look, it just popped out. If I could get that wider, that might pop in. I say might. It'd be such. Yeah, it's a breakage. That's just weak there. I'll have a look at that right now. In fact, I'll be back in an instant, so stay tuned. So yeah, it is a small breakage. If I do put that back in, it won't move, and this can just become weaker and weaker. But never mind. JoyToy will send me another one. I'll get onto that, onto them about that in a moment, or after the video. Okay, come to Sergeant Duroc, who's really the highlight for me and for most of you, I would imagine. We'll look at his articulation. Bear in mind his joints are much bigger. He should be a bit safer. So you see, right hand is gripping here, and the left hand is a trigger one. So he came with should be a right trigger and a left gripping too. So let me just take out his machete, I should call it, or knife, and see how he holds that with the gripping hand. Not bad, acceptable. And that stows very nice. And yet, as I said, the the backpack does come off, which is nice. Okay, so articulation for him. Let's move it over slightly. So head, very cool left and right. I like that. Nice left and right. Good up and down. You can go like this as well, and sideways you can do the same, and you get a small side, but no jaw. Jaw would have been great. Shoulders all the way around, but the sculpting on his clothes does get in the way. Cool, that is super stiff. This side outwards is not great. I don't want to put something this big into a, there we go, hot water. So outwards is disappointing. You should get a bit more on this side, but it's a bit stiff, so I'll do that. Bicep appears to be a single joint, and he's getting just under 90 degrees, partly because of these things he's wearing here. No, it doesn't make much of a difference. Or maybe because it's the strap is inside on his bicep there. So you take off the elbow support, he'd get a better range of motion. It is covering the joint as well, so it does have a purpose. Hands, they will circle, and he has a barbell like you see it in the Space Marines of 40k, so he gets a good all-round range. He has trunk, so he can turn forwards, backwards, side to side. He has waist, he can turn forwards, backwards, side to side, so together. Sideways, not a huge amount, that way's better. Forwards though is really good. Backwards is not bad. Hips, not bad. I wasn't expecting to be that much on his hips. Forwards, not great, doesn't really matter. Backwards is pretty cool, and it starts to go outwards. Tail is on a ball, I believe, so you can turn, you can move slightly up and down, left and right. He's got a double kneecap, so it gets quite tight there. He's got a lower leg joint which goes quite tight to straight, so you make him quite tall. And then he has the foot articulation at the bottom, which is just a small ball it seems, but it's tight enough to support his weight. Very, very nice. So you could make him quite short like this, or tall as I did, like this, which is a bit more like a ballerina, but you know, it does work for him. I'll make him tall for doing the size to get an idea of how his real size potential. Okay, now he's in his tall position. Okay, and my one-armed Margot. Let's put her next to him. And let's get an idea of their size in cm. So let's have a look. So Margot first of all. Again, about 10.5 cm, and now Duroc is coming up to top of his head is around 17.5, 18 cm, but it goes slightly higher to the top of the shoulders and neck. So comparison time. So first up, I won't use a regular JoyToy figure with them because you know they're going to scale the same. I will start with an Acid Rain Weld, my favourite Lunar Centaur with the Fortnite Fade head. And you can see, if I stick him in the middle, that he scales absolutely perfectly as you expect, and he's still dwarfed by this great big figure here, again as you expect him being that big. Let me put Duroc's arms down as well. Okay, let's get a 1/12 scale action figure. This is, you've been using this one a lot recently for comparisons, 1/12. This is the Legend of, is it Shang-Chi, Legend of 10 rings, 12 rings, 4,193 rings, Death Dealer. So you can see that his foot is not straight enough. Stand up for me. See that it scales very well with your 1/12 scale figures too, so that will work with them as well. Very, very cool indeed. And in preparation of this guy coming in, more so than Margot, I have been doing a little bit of buying of some likewise looking figures. Maybe I will do a little force of werewolf, dogman, something figures. I don't know, who knows. So let's have a quick look. I don't know, it's scale with some Fortnite figures. Because Fortnite got Dire, as in Dire Wolf, or Dire Straits, I guess. So here's Dire here. Quite a good match in terms of look, though his Dire's snout is longer. Come stand up, Dire, for me. But he doesn't balance as well as his bigger counterpart. There we go. And Dire also has a what's it, albino version, there we go, petal version, a white version. I'm trying to stand up now for you, but his legs just, or his feet just do not want to stand up for me. Let's try and click that. Oh, there we go. Okay, that's better. Stick him there. And then we have the really cool Fortnite figure. Is it Fennec? He's like the Star Fox, who's really nice as well. Stick him on the side, just there. He wants to fall over again. They all want to stand up for me now. That's a bit better. And then last one is going to be an Acid Rain World. I showed this on the toys recently. An Acid Rain World Soil Ghost with 3D printed, I think it's Anubis Egyptian deity parts on. Anubis is like a dog head. I haven't got around to, obviously I haven't got around to painting that yet, but does look pretty good. Nice lineup. I think it's a fantastic set. As I said, I'll be contacting JoyToy about a replacement for my Margot, and we'll see what happens with that. This is Awesome Action Toys signing out, saying thank you to my wife for playing some music in the background, and I'll see you in the next video soon. Do check out the Patreon. Stay happy, keep collecting. Bye bye.